people have this unrealistic view, this unrealistic perspective of what relationships are. This Disney princess, knight in shining armor bullshit. And I'm not saying that that is not one angle or one dimension of love and the divine masculine and divine feminine working together. Sure, that's one of the angles, but the problem is that a lot of people have this completely unrealistic view and this unrealistic perspective of what love is. They see this bullshit, this Disney princess bullshit on TV, Prince Charming, and, you know, women are painted as these flawless, you know, spotless entities, which they are not. Neither are men. But see, men aren't painted perfect. Women are. See? So men are taught this way growing up, that this is what, you know, they're this delicate flower. She's this spotless angel. But then when they grow up or they get out into the real world, they're faced with a very flawed and, quite honestly, fucked up person. They're like, whoa, wait a second. And they feel like if they actually acknowledge the fact that she's fucked up, acknowledge the fact that she's completely flawed and imperfect, you know, oh wow, this isn't the Disney princess I was taught she was going to be. They feel like if they actually acknowledge that, they're not being a good man, which is bullshit. So they have to put up with everything she throws and accept and tolerate everything she does, because a man's purpose is only to be there to make a woman happy. No, fuck that hoe. You feel me? But see, a lot of men don't have that in them because, you know, they're raised by their mamas and mama told them and bullshit, basically. A lot of these mothers fucked up their sons more than the world ever could. Hello. So you sent them into the world fucked up. But again, a lot of these women, they doing what they had to do to protect their babies, and they had to do it alone. And now we can get into a whole nother discussion about the men not being in homes and, you know, systemic this, another discussion, not in the mood. But these guys get into these relationships in real life and they're completely blindsided by something that's the fucking polar opposite to what they were taught it's going to be, and women as well. Women get taught that they have no flaws and they're perfect and they're spotless, again, which is bullshit. And everybody knows it, but nobody wants to admit it. Hello. Can they fucking hear me now, right? I love when I see relationships where the male and female are... I love when I see relationships that are honest and straightforward. I love when I see relationships that depict love accurately. Listen, you're going to have those times where maybe you're just pissed off at her, pissed off at him. You're going to have those moments. You're going to have those times in a long-term relationship where you might hate that person's guts. You're probably going to have those times. No, you're going to have those times. That's real love. I'm so tired of this bullshit Disney princess garbage that they push and have been pushing for generations. It's not real. You know, the knight in shining armor, and women are these angelic, robed in white entities that have no flaw. Bull fucking shit. And then when you get into these relationships, both the men and the women are like, whoa, what the fuck? They're completely thrown for a loop because they went into it with this bullshit standard by which to gauge themselves. And they say, well, damn, this woman isn't perfect. This isn't what I was told. This bitch ain't shit. Or damn, this nigga's not perfect. He doesn't just kiss my ass. He doesn't just tell me I'm perfect. He doesn't deserve me. I'm too good for him. How many people have let good men and good women go on both ends of the spectrum? Have let good mates go because as soon as it got tough, they threw in the towel and said, I deserve better. Come on. Because they went into it with this unrealistic expectation of what love is. Love is not the bullshit they show you in the fucking movies, man. Love is messy. You know why? Because human beings are messy. You take more than one human being, put them together, they coexist, become one. That's even messier. You messy by your damn self. Of course you messy putting up with a whole other personality, a whole other individual, and all of their quirks, and all of their vices, and all of their triggers. And then you put them in a fucking pot and mix them together. Shit, you volatile on your own. Of course you're going to be volatile with another person thrown in the mix. This is reality. You haven't seen a real relationship until you've seen times where you're just like, this motherfucker right here. But where the love comes in is through everything. Y'all love each other. You care. You honor. You respect. And you adore. And you could not imagine your life without that motherfucker. That's love. You guys always got each other's backs. You guys encourage each other. You guys truly want what's best for each other. That right there is love. It's not always going to be this pretty, wrapped in a bow bullshit that they promote you. And stop saying that people don't deserve you or aren't worth you or aren't good enough for you just because they call you out on your shit. I'm not trying to play favorites, but I gotta say the ladies really need to hear this side of it. Because they love that shit in this modern day narcissistic Western misandrist bullshit, feminized cuckoldry promoting faggot bullshit that this that this culture fucking inundates us with on a daily goddamn motherfucking basis. Cut the fucking bullshit. If anybody need to hear that particular aspect, it's the women. I repeat myself, just because a man does not just sit back and tolerate all of your bullshit, just because a man doesn't just sit back and say, you're perfect, you have no flaws, even when you do the most fucked up shit, that does not mean that he don't respect you or love you or he not worthy of you. That don't mean that. And deep down, y'all know that. Deep down, y'all know that. Come on. Y'all ain't seen real love, man. Real love is very rarely perfect. You seeing this person, man, please, you seeing this person at the lowest of the lowest of the lowest. All of their triggers, all of their flaws, all of their attitude problems. I love all of you. Everybody says that until they see all of you. Huh? Everybody says that until they see all of you. Then when they see all of her or him, now all of a sudden, oh, this motherfucker. We all that motherfucker. On some level, one way or another. My flaws and your flaws and her flaws and his flaws might not all be the same, but goddamn, ain't nobody spotless and without blame in this motherfucker. So when you find people who truly can see all of that in you and still need you in their life, that right there is love. Lose this idea, this concept of this perfect bullshit. Yes, there are going to be moments where it's perfect. There are going to be moments where it is absolutely heaven sent. How the fuck did I ever survive all these years of my life without you? Oh my God, you make my life better. Yes, there are going to be those moments. I'm not even going to say those moments are few and far between. If you're in a real healthy relationship, you probably going to feel like that about 60% of the time, right? I'm going to be real with you. But you're going to get a good portion of that shit, a good 30-40%, at least 20-25% minimum. The best relationship, you're going to have 25% where you like, motherfucker. I'm talking about real time invested, blood, sweat, tears invested relationships. If you've been with a person a year, you don't know them. You know of them. You've seen the surface. Huh? You scratched the surface, but you haven't dug down. You haven't gone to the depths. Huh? Keep on digging. That's when you hit the center of that motherfucker. That's when you hit hell. Keep digging. Then you see. And how do you reach hell? Invest time. Time invested relationships. What y'all know about that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Do you hear me? You ain't talking about shit if y'all ain't been together at least 3-4 years. You don't know that motherfucker. Motherfucker meet somebody and get married within 12 months. Shit. You marrying the shell. You marrying the surface. You know some things about them. You don't know that motherfucker. You have not seen them in every element. You ain't seen them in every element. You date a person for 4-5 years, huh? At least 3, motherfucker. At least 3. Now you've seen every facet of that person. You know the motherfucker for 10 months get married, 6 months get engaged. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, do what you do. I'm not saying a person's wrong for doing it, but come on. Come on.